this feeling of being stuck, stagnant, and delayed. But the events are going to speed up and the blockages are lifted. So if you're waiting for a decision, this is going to come. There's going to be a shift and all of your projects are going to be pushed forward, finding new work, and that you're going to make progress in your professional and personal life. This could be you also moving to another country. You could be visited by someone who stirs up the past and old memories. Sometimes these people have no place in your future. You're going to have good fortune. You're going to have success in your business, your projects, your work, and your relationships. That you could be getting married. You have been carrying a burden on your shoulders, overloaded with work, your home. You do not have enough time to take care of yourself and to give time to the relationships around you. Restructuring in a business, there could have been massive layoffs. The delays have been frustrating for you. You have to hold fast to your goals. It's just a delay and not all is lost. Like and subscribe. Hello Aquarius, and welcome back to Starlight Beauty Tarot for your July money and career reading. If you're seeking insight, clarity, or guidance, then the cards will reveal these messages. If you found this reading, then it's meant for you. Remember, this is a general reading and it's not meant for everyone, but a message might still be there for you. Make sure to subscribe and like this video and leave a comment about your situation. I would love to hear from you. So get comfortable, take a deep breath, and ground yourself and allow yourself to receive the wisdom the universe is ready to share. So let's dive in and see what the cards have to say. So we have here the Knight of Wands, and the message of the Knight is to fire up your ambition. So this could be somebody in your life or an influence. Could be somebody that's creative, dynamic. Somebody who is an innovator and likes to do things their own way. So it could be somebody who is a foreigner, a traveler, a visitor. And they have a lot of experiences and stories to tell. So if it's a person in your life, a potential partner, that there's somebody who is charismatic and talkative and communicative, and that they take things too quickly for your own comfort. So here we see that the Knight is galloping towards you. So this could mean that the events are going to speed up, and that if there are any blockages in your life, that they're going to be lifted. So if you're waiting for a decision, or you've been feeling stuck and stagnant, that this is going to come. You're going to have these conversations, these negotiations, and you're going to see this shift, that all of your projects are going to be pushed forward. So if you're looking for a new home, new work, that you're going to be seeing this progress in your professional and your personal life. If you're also trying to pursue something more creative, maybe like writing, that you're going to be receiving support emotionally and financially. And this can also indicate that maybe you want to also immigrate and travel. Maybe you want to pursue opportunities in another country, in another place. So then here we have the Six of Cups in reverse. And this is going to mean the six is for peace and stability for you. But here we're seeing that it's reversed. So you're going to feel like the things you're looking at in the past, the memories, the nostalgia, that you're recalling things that more positively than when they actually happened. So it's just like you're creating in your mind this whole romanticism about the past, that it was better. And that's okay to have those feelings, right? But it's just that, you know, like you're having this issue of being stuck. So we were seeing here, you're feeling stuck and stagnant, right? And it's also in the mind that you're recalling things from your past that you don't want to move forward. So it's like you're avoiding moving forward, like leaving it in the past and try to move forward, right? And like there's no reason to revive the past, right? This could also be somebody that is an unexpected visitor coming in, somebody that brings in communication. So here we saw that somebody could be visiting you, a visitor, right? So it could be somebody who brings all of these memories back into your life, like that, stirring up the memories, right? And they have to understand that sometimes like these people have no place in your future anymore. Then we have here the Three of Wands, and the three is going to be about change and growth. And you can see in the card that there are in the distance like these boats that are heading towards their journey. They're going somewhere. And it's supposed to be that these vessels are full of cargo, right? This precious cargo. They're going to this new place, a new destination, right? And this is about the journey towards distant places and having future goals. So a goal for yourself. So this is going to be a card of good fortune for you, right? If you have like a business, you're going to have a successful business, successful projects, successful relationships. This could even indicate for you a wedding coming in. This is going to be a very intense period of activity that you're going to be bombarded with communication, text messages, phone calls, emails, and visitors. Again, the visitors are coming to see you. And this is also going to be a trip. So we're seeing that you could be traveling somewhere. That this could be in relation to maybe a vacation, business, or even a wedding. So it could be a destination wedding for you. That you're going to be drawn towards different people, doing new projects. That maybe you find yourself to be different from other people, that you have like these quirks, or you're eccentric, or you find yourself to be weird, right? And it's just something that you don't really want to show these aspects to other people. But this is what makes you more charming, that you're a unique person, and that you should be confident about who you are because people admire you, right? So you have to be more confident about yourself, right? That if people are in your life and they don't fit in with your vibrations and frequency, right? That you don't have to push for these people to be in your life. That maybe they're not meant to fit in your future plans, just like we saw here with the Knight of Wands, right? Or here the Six of Cups, that, you know, sometimes these people, they don't belong in your future anymore. And we have here the Ten of Wands. So 10 is going to be about this completion and perfection. But from what we can see in the card is that this has been a burden. So you are carrying too much on your shoulders right now. And that everything that you have been carrying is just like an overloaded sense of responsibility. Or that you've lost sight of the reason why you're doing so much work. So it's like you're lost and swamped and, you know, like, oh, in all of the things that are going on in your life, right? It can happen that you are working in your workplace and then you're working at home. So that you have like double, triple shifts going on here, that you're working all day long and you didn't even have time to rest for yourself to recharge the battery. Like that you have constant demands on your time and energy, that you're going to have to learn to say no. Right? No to any future requests, right? That you can hand over tasks to other people, right? So it's just about having the delegation and support from other people, that you're going to say and demand, I need support, I need help, I can't do this all alone, right? This is a different time period, and that you have to be respected, right? Because here you are burning yourself out. So if you keep going the way you're going, you know, how long are you going to last doing this kind of work? And it's not just the physical, it's the mental, the emotional burdens. And these things have to be shared. You have to share your issues and problems with other people. Right? You could also be carrying issues from your past, which we saw here from these cards, that you're constantly looking at the past. And maybe it was better in the past because of, like, you know, you didn't have that kind of responsibility. And now you do. So it's just about having this careful management of time and your resources. And this could also be that maybe you need to look for something less demanding job, that you're feeling too drained right now in what you're doing, but you don't have time, right? So how are you going to look for another job when you don't have time to do that? You have to have time to prepare your resume, your cover letter, research the company you're going to apply to, right? And then actually apply. So all that takes time. And go for actual interviews, which is during hours of operation. So how are you going to be able to do all that? So it's just, you have to give yourself time to do these things. So you're going to have to hand over work to other people, right? So you're also neglecting yourself. You're neglecting the relationships around you, whether it's from family or even an intimate partner, because all of your attention right now is on the work. Then we have here the Tower, and it's about surrendering. So that's the message of the card, to surrender. And we're going to be seeing that the divine hand, or, this thunder that's hitting the building here, the tower, is an act of God, an act of the divine, that it destroys the entire tower, leaving only the remnants behind. So it could be like just the foundation, right, that you have to build upon again. So the foundation has to be strong in order to keep the tower upright. So here it's just here only one strike from the divine and the whole thing collapses, right? And you can see from the people that were inside the tower, they're falling out, right? So it's just because the tower wasn't strong enough to withstand the impact. So this is like a sudden change that's happening, this collapse of an idea, a dream. So it's something that's inevitable, right? The forces are beyond your control. Could be feeling that your ego is shattered, so you're feeling vulnerable, confused, and that you have to surrender to the power. That there's going to be this shift in awareness. So it's about you releasing, right? The walls are going to come down. It's when everything is destroyed, then it's all will be revealed. It's like something is illuminated, that you're going to be able to see what's inside, right? And how it was built. So it's like you're going to find out maybe like a shocking truth or something like that. It's like you're going to be receiving this deep insight, right? So the next time you build something, you're going to have a stronger foundation and a stronger tower, right? So that's why they say you have to have a strong foundation, stability, security, in order to build for your future, right? So if this isn't something that's stable, then it's not something you can build your future on. So maybe it's about a property, right, that you had hoped to move somewhere and it's not materializing, right? That there's been delays. So this could be like you wanting to move as well, and it hasn't happened yet for you. There could be a secret that comes to light that's shocking about maybe a partner that you have. This is about past patterns. So have they been secretly messaging someone or seeing someone behind your back, right? So this could be like an intense time for you, right? That it has really impacted your existence. This could also be about workplace, right? So they could have restructuring. That maybe they're going to move to a different place. They're going to have massive layoffs, right? There's going to be changes. So it could even be that somebody that's in power is going to be fired, right? So this could also indicate that people are going to be losing their jobs. Then we have here the Six of Wands in reverse. So we're going to be seeing that again, this could be something delayed, right? That you had hoped to receive these rewards and they haven't materialized yet for you. It could be that new job, moving, right? But it's not canceled, okay? That it's coming, but it's been delayed. So you have to keep going with your goals, right? You have these goals and you're looking towards the future for yourself. That it's been frustrating. And this is something that's beyond your control. That you have to be patient. And maybe look for other things to do in the meantime. You shouldn't let it destroy you or destroy your confidence. Remember that we were saying you're a unique person, right? So here that you have to gain confidence. That this is something that's going to pass. Okay, so try not to take the disappointment to heart. Right, that you could feel that in the moment, you know, like you were feeling much better about yourself, arrogant even, right? But, you know, things were delayed, but things are going to move forward, so it's going to come. So before we continue, I'd like to remind you to like and subscribe. The Eight of Fire, events moving at a fast pace, delays are over, and many things happening at once. So this is what's going on. We've seen the delays and how they were affecting you. And it's in relation to your work, your home, and this has been something that even has hindered your confidence. You're feeling bad about yourself, right? But you have to know that, you know, as soon as, you know, it's done, that you're going to be pushed forward, right? And everything is going to be bombarded at you, and it's going to come quickly. The 10 of Fire, too much work, accept help from others, and life is out of balance, stress-related health concerns. So we already know that you've been, you know, having a lot of work, that you're overloaded, that you have a lot of responsibilities. And here it says that you have to accept help from others. So it's not necessarily just you asking for help, but maybe you're denying people to help you. So maybe you should just accept it, right? Because this is obviously affecting your health, that you have stress right now. And if you let that continue, it's going to hurt you further. Strength, great inner strength, really harsh judgments, and forgiveness and compassion. So it's like you are going to be somebody who is compassionate and forgiving, that whatever has happened in the past, that you're going to be able to let that go. The 2 of Air, being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, and pretending there is no problem. So maybe right now that, you know, you prefer to ignore that a problem is there because that's how you're coping with the issues, right? But this is also you not willing to make a decision about things. So here, that's why here there's a stalemate, and perhaps that is why that you don't want to face the issues, and that you don't want to put an action towards those issues to try to resolve them. The 10 of Air, the end of a difficult situation, embrace the change, and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. So it could have been different types of addictions, not necessarily substance abuse or even, you know, alcoholism. It could be even food or other issues like corn. So it's like something that is going on here that it's not necessarily substance, right? But that we know that here the situation is going to get better for you, okay? That you're going to have that change. The Magician, you are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them, and life is magical. So here the Magician is telling us that you have all the tools necessary in order to succeed, that you're going to be able to manifest into this reality all that you need. Okay, it's up to you. So that everything that's going to happen, right, that you're going to put in action, or, you know, you're going to put a plan of action, and it's up to you what you want to do. Here we're saying it's not the right time, right, because the delays are happening, okay? And things even up to a year from now that you're seeing, or that you've already experienced, that it's been a year and you're still waiting. But here we're seeing no need to worry, that you shouldn't worry, okay? And again, asking for help from others. So again, like if you need help, you should be asking help, and that you're going to have an opportunity, that this opportunity is coming for you, that new job, the ability to move. So this is coming. Okay, so we have here mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. So we're seeing that things are still developing for you. But there is going to be a change. It's about to happen. So this is like an event that's shape-shifting, right? That we're going to be seeing that there's room to maneuver. That what you're asking for is far from finalized. So if you're not happy with your current state, then you still have room to change the course of the outcome. So like right now, if you're like thinking it's only going to lead in this direction, no, that's why we're saying it's up to you, that you can put a plan of action and action towards changing what you want. That's why it says you have the ability to manifest, that you have the ability to change things. So that's why the cards are trying to tell you that you still have that chance to change it to you the way you want it. So that's why it's saying it's not set in stone, right? And that you have to know that what is best will unfold for you, right? That you feel like you're just like, being pushed towards this end goal, right? And you're allowing that to happen, that you have to be adaptable and that you're going to have success, right? And that you're not going to be led astray. You're not going to be set off the path that you're supposed to be on. That's why you've been distracted, that you feel like you're ignoring the issues. That's why it says they have to focus, right? They have to stay with it, whatever that means to you. Then we have here full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. So that you have to remember that when you speak, right, and this is what you believe in, your truth, that your words have consequences and impact the people around you. So that you have to be aware of what you're saying, because that's also part of manifestations, right? So what you're thinking and what you say out loud. So if you are saying something hurtful about yourself, right? So it's only going to put that negative vibrations towards you. So this could even be that all you have to do is speak, and with those few conversations, that things are going to be resolved. So it's about, that's why you have to put an action towards things, that you're going to have to lift your head up and start speaking, that you actually have an enormous power within you. That's why it's saying that you can manifest. Yeah, that, your word is your wand, that you're going to create the magic for your own reality, that every time you express yourself. So you have to stay calm, and that you're going to have this important conversation. Somebody could have been flirting with you even. And it's about you moving on from the situation. If you're applying for jobs, that you're going to have good prospects. So you're going to be hearing a call back, an interview that's coming. And we have here full moon in Leo, so don't let pride get in your way. So we know that Leo can have this energy of the heart. It's magnificent, but also the full moon is also going to be something that is bursting. It could be something over the top. So that's why it's saying that maybe like people are looking at you, that you have a lot of pride, there's a lot of energy, right? And that's how it's being viewed right now. That this is how people are viewing you. That it's basically that you're only focused on your own needs. Right, that perhaps like people look at you and they think like it's too magnificent, and you're thinking it's something plain, right? So like, yes, it's good to have self-esteem, and like other people think it's vanity, right? Or maybe the lack of people thinking, or that they think that they're less than you. So that it's about you trying to approach people and treating them equally as important. Not necessarily your fault, it's just how people perceive. And this could also be that maybe there is a friendship that is ending at this time. Okay, so we have detachment. With detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. ironically, that often when it's fulfilled. So here, it's like you're detaching yourself from the drama, from the people, and you're not going to give them that energy anymore. And then you're going to feel better about yourself as well. Grounded. Many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. Because here it's just about having a simple, beautiful life. That you enjoy the people around you, and you enjoy your life, you enjoy yourself, right? And it's not about chasing crazy or extremely lavish things, because that's not something that's going to fulfill you, right? It's not something. When you come into this world, you don't come in with anything. And when you leave this world, you don't take anything with you. So only the memories are with you. So that's why it's important to kind of appreciate, the people around you and the memories you have. So here, trust. Allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you know exactly how to handle them. So it's like here, your sufferings, your stress, that you hand over everything to the divine to handle it for you. The situation that you're living in, then you hand it over to the divine, and the trust that things are going to get resolved and get better for you. Right? So the divine is going to provide everything you need. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me for your July money and career reading, and I hope the insights you receive bring you clarity, inspiration, and guidance. Remember, the energy of the cards can guide us, but it's your intuition and actions that will truly shape your path. The universe is always supporting you, and if you felt that this reading resonated, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with those who might need a little guidance. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What is your experience? Does it resonate, and what message moved you the most? Until next time. Take care, stay blessed, and keep shining your light. Thank you for watching. Bye.